Welcome to a special series of Fastcast interviews conducted live from Tech Connect. Today, we'll be learning about the USDA's SBIR program.
Hey, my name is Scott Dockum. I'm the program coordinator for the USDA SBIR program. So our SBIR program doesn't really have any funding priorities. We get an annual budget per year based on a set-aside tax from the agency's extramural R&D funding. And that is about $22 million per year, and that's what we have to use to fund SBIR projects with. So we're a granting organization, so we do things a little bit different. So we're an investigator-initiated program, so what we're asking folks to do is to come to us with a problem that they've identified, and they have a solution to solve that problem. So they've done their research, they've talked with the community or the end users or the customers and have said, this is a problem that we know you have, and we've got a technology that we think can fix that for you. So they come to us and say, we would like to see if we can get some funding to actually solve that issue. So under the USDA SBIR program, we have 10 different topic areas, and they vary in a lot of range, a lot of depth. So we can actually have a lot of different technologies come into our program. And so it's very important that companies contact our national program leaders and discuss the fit of their innovation with that specific topic area that they're thinking to apply for. So we highly recommend that they do that. So there's a couple of things. The first thing is we use grants.gov as the means to accept an application. And in order to get through the registration process for grants.gov, it can take up to 4 to 6 weeks. So if you're going to think about submitting an application to us, you want to make sure you do that. Second thing is you need to make sure you know how to conduct your research and who your customers were going to be. So as you're developing your application, we're going to ask you for that market opportunity, and we want you to tell us who that market will be. And you also need to strengthen your proposal and encourage letters of support to come along with your proposal from end users, customers, investors, things like that, so we can validate that you really have a market for this technology if it is proven out over the duration of the program. The last thing I would say is that a lot of our companies that submit a proposal to us, they tend to not include intellectual property information within the application itself. We have an external peer review process where we'll send the application out, have it reviewed by an external group of individuals who are experts in the field. But if you don't include the intellectual property, they're not going to be able to give you a really good review, and that could be very detrimental to your submission. The USDA is not there to take your intellectual property. We're there to protect it, and all of our peer reviewers sign confidential agreements in order to participate in the peer review process. So your information is protected, but you want to make sure that that's presented well within your application. One tip is don't wait till the last minute to submit an application. And as I mentioned earlier, get that registration stuff done early and in advance. The main purpose is you actually get to sit down with people. You get to network with individuals that are probably doing work maybe in the same area, but mostly importantly is that you can actually talk to the program managers that run these SBIR programs. We had a booth here. We've been doing one-on-ones. We've had people coming up talking to us. They're proposing what they want to work on and learning more about the program and than you can do if you just read about it on an online website. Plus, we can actually give you some very valuable feedback real time on the technology or what you're looking to propose. So I highly recommend that companies get out, meet the people that are running these programs, and get to understand how each of the different agencies operate. That's probably the best thing that these things can do for you.